Ranger got significantly bigger because it is still broken from our last adventure with the trailer, where it needs all new steering and needs new wheels because no shop in town is able to fix the lug holes, whatever, who cares. This is the trailer for the boat that you'll remember I tried to fix last year. It's been sitting for a long time. Fortunately, someone already put new wheels on it. It definitely wasn't us an hour ago before we realized that we needed a different hitch for the truck. Also, it's got bearing buddies on it, so the bearings are good to go. We pumped some grease into there, and the rest of the trailer should be solid. I got those magnetic, what are they called? Trailer lights. Unfortunately, it's not a 2-inch ball hitch, and Daniel's drop hitch does not have replaceable balls, so we had to run to Walmart and get a new hitch. Also interesting to note, the water is very high. This is right after all the flooding in Kansas, and I think it's at the top of the dam right now here in Grand Lake. There is a retaining wall there that is completely submerged. It's an 8-foot high retaining wall. So I guess at least we won't have to use too much of the ramp. Whew boy. And I think the windows died a little bit because the boat does not have a working engine to get it, over here. It's $140 at Walmart gets you. It's actually kind of nice. 2-inch. Hey, look, it's the one that I'll never use. 2 5/16. Someone just drew numbers out of a hat for these, I swear.
You'd probably not use this one a whole lot.
Well, I'll use it whenever I use the boat. Ooh, that's cool.
It is kind of neat.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and then you can put the other one on the bottom so that they're both self-contained. And then I guess the third one you just throw in a ditch somewhere. There, I helped. Hey. Yeah, this all feels a lot better than the cheapo one that I bought.
It's better than that thing I bought, too. It's really not too bad.
Yeah, for Walmart, I'm okay with it. Harbor Freight, wheel and tire. Some amount of air in it. Remind me to actually air these up at some point. Little add-on trailer jack, the wood exists, the rollers exist, the transom clamp exists on this side and not the other one. Probably just use a ratchet strap instead. Who knows if those lights work? Actually, is there even any wiring up here?
No.
No, okay. Well, good thing I brought some. Yay! That probably hasn't seen water in a hot minute. The water is so high from all the flooding in Kansas and whatnot that there's no angle whatsoever to the boat ramp, which is the weirdest feeling. Or dock ramp, I guess. And then theirs is completely underwater. And then we have the boat. I don't know if I stand a much better chance of fixing this in Kansas than here, but since we're getting rid of the place, I guess I gotta bring it with me. Boat floater. More like boat sinker, am I right?
Could this pilot be on top of the roller, you suppose?
It's not all that uneven.
That's always the best part when pulling out of the water.
If anyone in the comments knows what this thing is or where to get it, this transom hook with this over center latch is super cool. It's missing on the other side though. Got like a door spring there. I have no idea if this is like DOT legal or whatnot, but look at that. The action. Anyway, we don't trust this at all. So big ratchet strap around the whole back of the boat. Magnetic trailer lights because the wiring is just completely gone here. And then I used the bread ties that it came with to affix them. And then we shored up this incredibly questionable stock ratchet with another ratchet strap. And I think it'll be okay to go down the road. Not particularly fast, but down the road, back to Kansas. Oh no. Oh, cool. It's still here. Well, the boat has reached my driveway. Brought it here from Daniels and the Ranger, and the top speed of this rig is approximately 55 miles an hour. It's not stellar. Also, I've got some new wheels, got some Steelies here for the Ranger that I need to zhuzh up a little bit and then have the tires moved over because that wheel that got messed up by breaking off those messed up studs to yada yada, all that stuff. That wheel's not fixable, unfortunately. So instead, here we are. I gotta put new wheels on it. I'm not sure how they'll fit as far as being in the fenders. It looks like they're probably gonna be pretty sunken in. They're kind of low offset, but I think these are actually a way deeper dish. So that's a little frustrating, but you know, whatever. Got some bald 33s on there right now. So I'll get those out and start getting those painted. In the meantime, we have the issue of this engine. Now, this is an 80s-ish Johnson / Evinrude / OMC V4. You've seen this on the channel before when I tried fixing it last time. The problem that we ended up having is this thing's been overheated very badly, and this jug has aluminum smeared on the cylinder wall. Now, I could take the power head off and take it completely apart, send the block out, have it bored out, buy an oversized piston for $115, put it back together, hope that works. Or I could do what I actually did, which is definitely the preferred method. Could just buy another boat. This is a 90s Ranger, and unfortunately I did not tow it here with my Ford Ranger, but this has a 115 OMC Johnson Evinrude V4, and this ran when I got it. However, it's a problem that this has compression numbers on the back of the engine written on the cylinder heads. I shall now show you the compression numbers for this 115 Johnson. 100 psi, 100 psi. A little low, but not bad. We also have a lot of new things on this engine, which is kind of neat, but kind of concerning. We've got new coils, new wires, new plugs. We've got old starter relay, but a new starter, some incredibly fresh looking carburetors, a new fuel pump, what appear to be some new fuel lines. So somebody has been trying to fix something on this engine. Vote with your phones down below what you think they were trying to fix. Now, if we move over to the other side here, we have more new parts. Looks like the tree has actually been adjusted properly. How about that? It looks like we have some more new coil wiring, new wiring harness. I bet there's a whole new CDI under here. We've got, I believe, a brand new looking power pack and more new stuff over here. But if we look at these compression numbers, we have 120. We have 20 pounds of compression on that jug. I've not verified these numbers yet. I think I'm going to attempt to do so. So I'll hook the battery back up and see if I can get this boy to crank again.
But I'm going to verify those numbers and pour some oil in there and see what's going on. Maybe pour some ATF in there in case it's just stuck rings, because I really do not want to pull another engine apart. Now, a very helpful commenter pointed out a trick with these engines. The exhaust is in the valley of this V right here. And on these white painted engines, this is a telltale. On my other engine, this is a marshmallow brown color. On this engine, it is white. And the reason for that, the reason for it being a marshmallow brown color, is because the engine has been overheated. So if this doesn't look like it's been repainted and it's still a nice pristine white, you probably have a reasonably healthy engine. And so if I can get a little bit of compression to come back into that cylinder, well, then I get to, first off, find a puller to try and get this flywheel off, take a look at the points in CDI and see if I can get a healthy spark back in this thing, and then get like 5 or 6 good buddies to come help me lift it off of here and onto the Starcraft, and then we can go hit the water. The rest of this engine, if I jump down into this jungle down here, the rest of this engine looks decent. We've got power trim that I'll definitely move over. There is another one of these on Craigslist right now. A dude just sent me a video of it running and driving, or running rather. I haven't actually opened it yet. I assume that's what he sent me a video of and not him jerking off or something like that. So that is also a possibility for $800, though I would want to take a compression tester and verify, because these things seem to be a little pain in the ass. Looks like our temperature sensor there. I'll definitely want to check the buzzer. I think that's what went wrong with mine on the boat over there, is the overheat buzzer wasn't working. I spent my time thinking this was zero compression. It's been about a year since I've come back here and looked at this motor. I thought this thing was zero compression. So the fact that there's a little bit in there gives me hope that maybe it's stuck rings. I think we're in pretty good shape here if we can get this working. Then the question becomes, what the hell do I do with this absolutely roached bass boat? I think this thing's been sitting for the better part of a year. What are the odds? Good Lord. All right, survey says bad news. Yeah, I have a splash of the old vat. We got 60. Oh, how delightful. We're back to fuck all. Okay, well, time to pull the head and then potentially abandon this project forever and go buy another engine, because that's just what I need. More crap clogging up my property. Oh. Oh, shit. Okay, first of all, a lot of scoring, and take a look at the piston. Yay. And look at the lower parts of the ports there. Now look at the head. Yeah. Ooh, a souvenir. Little piece of piston ring embedded in the head. All right, okay, guess I go buy a new engine.
It's been a couple days and we're back at Daniel's because I bought another engine. This one's 100 horsepower, which means it's about the same as what the truck has. But supposedly it runs, though the starter Bendix has exploded, so I wasn't able to do a compression test, so I just had to take dude at his word. So that's fun. That was $850, and the boat is here, and there's an engine crane, and we're gonna try and yeet this engine off, yeet new engine on, and if there's enough, if we're not feeling miserable at the end of that, I might swap a couple parts over and see if it'll fire. The only two things I'm not too sure about is I have no idea how the steering stuff works, and the other engine is power tilt, and I don't know how that works. So there's a couple of unknowns here.
Oh, jeez. Hey, freedom!
That thing's really light. I don't know, to be honest.
Okay, now we need to go like this way a foot. Yay! Motherfucker, which way did this shit go?
I don't know.
Yeah, so there's this fucking thing for some reason that instead of just having the linkage sit on the thing, instead you have this
Yeah.
So we were getting none power, and I think we found our none power. That is
And fused.
toasty. So we've got the slow blow boy here.
Very slow.
Yeah.
Like,
So-
measured in eons.
Watch your knuckles there. Choke works. Ready?
Oh, yeah. Contact. Okay.
Oh, actually, you know where we have a fuse? The other engine.
Pull fuse, pull fuse, pull fuse, pull fuse.
Oh, that's what that says?
Yeah.
I saw that one wire was kind of special looking.
Yeah. You're just like me.
Do we want to check for spark?
Um.
Oh. All right, let's go to the lake.
Yeah, the tail doesn't tell.
Okay.
But like water leaks all around the manifold here.
We should find one of these and swap it into a Miata.
Off camera, we took the lower unit off of the 90 horse that was originally on the boat and put it on the 100 horse because it had a water pump that I at least knew had been replaced and lower unit oil that I knew had been redone.
The water's cold. So we're here on the windiest day that's ever been recorded in human history ever, anywhere. See if that thing works or not. Take two, because take one didn't work. The boat lost spark, and I just didn't have the peace of mind and effort to deal with it, so I actually took it to a guy, the only guy left in this part of the state that will work on an old outboard. Break out another $1,050 later. It has the bottom end oil change, new water pump, and then he had me bring all of my old parts that I have, and he ended up changing everything in the ignition. The old power packs were good, but he put my newer ones in. The stator was bad. The timing base on the old 90 was bad, so that might have been why that one wasn't running at all anymore. And all four coils got fried by probably the stator going out. He's never seen that before, but that's what it took. And now it starts, it runs. He did a compression leak down test, and this thing is excellent. So hopefully that is good news for a day out at a different lake. We're at El Dorado Lake now. It's a bit closer, a bit easier to get to, and a lot cheaper. However, it is busy as hell. So now I have the added pressure of launching my boat in front of everyone, and hopefully I can get it up. You know, happens to everybody. Well, it's running so far. Still got water coming out the telltale, but it sure doesn't like to idle all that much. But I guess if we keep moving, we don't have to idle. So at El Dorado Lake, I saw that there's an old railroad right away from before this lake was flooded. So I want to go see if I can look at some old railroad tracks because I'm that kind of person. But I don't know this lake in the slightest. I guess the first thing is just to see if this will plane out and get up to speed. I don't think I have attack either. Gosh, it sounds just like the 90 horse did. It's such a nostalgic noise.
We'll get that later.
Used to be a bridge right here, so we're going in between where the supports of the bridge were. So there shouldn't be any trees here since we're on top of where the creek used to run. It's probably a lot more interesting where the water is 2 feet lower like it normally is. I think that's dry and you can walk down to there.
Probably.
yes, gearing. Well, I made an attempt at wiring up OMC's power tilt trim controls that are apparently fairly specific to yours, but when I hit the button, we started dripping out hydraulic fluid, so I think those fittings might need undone and cleaned, and it is definitely dry, so I'll need to refill the reservoir. That's the reservoir, that's the motor, and then these three are the rams, and then this is the bypass valve thingy. There's also a latch. I don't know what that does, but yeah, I'll have to fill her up. It takes Dextron ATF, I think, GM ATF, so that shouldn't be too big of a deal. Bone dry, nothing in there, so I'll probably have to wait for another video though. But we got the boat out, we did the thing, it did the thing. More to do, but I think that's good for this video. Thanks for watching.